Okay, and happy Monday, 6:30 p.m. How are you? So, best trading day so far. I got up at 3 in the morning, and what do you know? About 3, I put a position on. Actually, there wasn't a lot of volume or activity. The positions I put on didn't do a lot. Moved a little bit in my favor for a little bit, and then at 4 a.m., I picked up. And it was just a very basic, simple trade. um, Off of the NASDAQ off a double bottom, and that's silver. But I already showed you those trades. A couple trades came in this afternoon, and there was sort of a historical afternoon. But let's talk first about coffee. Uh, so coffee, I made 45.75 off coffee. Basically, what's going on with coffee, and it's probably a market I should have stayed short. Um, because I probably missed out on something. But basically, what happened with coffee is you can see it's just this is exactly the type of trade you should be making, where you're catching these crashes down, and you can see how far down it went. Um, Switch this up a little bit, but basically, I was shorting at 352, so it had sort of confirmed it was going to break down here, and I covered it 350 something. Um, what was it? Okay. So yeah, coffee covered it shorted it at 352.18 and covered it at 350.82. So just a tiny, tiny slice of this market. Um, and it covered as soon as it started doing some. It was down to 349, and it started doing some funny wobbling and bobbling, and I didn't know what was going on, so I just covered my position. I got out. Well, you can see what happened afterwards, but and of course, it came right back down afterwards, and it was a short. um, but this little move here, basically what happened was there are some rumors about Trump's tariffs. It doesn't even matter what the rumor is. They said they're going to pause it for 90 days or something. It doesn't matter what the news was, what the rumor was. The point is that some silly rumor came out, turned out to not even be true, blah, 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 blah. But I was sitting there minding my own business, and my only position that I had on was the uh, pop coffee. So I'm sitting here, and at that point, let's see, I don't remember where the market was. I think it had come down and was coming back up when we switched the time frame here. But I had made that morning trade in the traded the Nasdaq futures this morning, and 5 contracts. So yeah, I just to review what had happened. So this was the trade this morning, basically. I bought, I think I bought this level and I sold this level. So this is the piece I caught this morning. I didn't catch this piece. I didn't make any further trades. It came down and did this and did that. It came down and then it came up, and I didn't bother with either of these trades. You can see this was right before the open. The open here opened here, came down a little bit, bounce, came up here. I didn't get involved with it. And then you can see, so this was about 10:10 a.m. So that would have been about when I was just short the coffee. And then this thing starts happening. It's crazy. And you can see everything's there jiggling and jaggling. So this was this news release. Anyways, in the end result, I caught a piece of this, a small piece of this. Um, this piece, 5 NASDAQ futures, and again, I'm looking at the S&Ps, but this piece with 5 NASDAQ futures, I made, 26,000. This whole crazy piece here was just a crazy frantic time. So there's the NASDAQ trade. There's the silver trade I already talked about. There's the coffee one. And this is the S&P 500. I think it had 3 contracts. And, you know, to catch only out of that move, I caught 6 points, six S&P points. If you go to the actual, this is the average price, but if you go to the actual orders, I bought four at 51.22, and I accidentally sold five. In other words, I put a stop in after I saw it shoot up, and it actually came back and hit it, but I accidentally put the stop in for five instead of four. So now I'm short, and that one that I covered, I didn't cover, so I bought four, so it means I covered one and bought three more at 51.76. So I would have had, $1,000 loss or something on that one. But I made the money in the rest. So then I bought four. So then I sold one, 51.70, no, 52.73, 52.20, and 51.80. So I only caught one for about 100 points. I caught one for about 50 points, and the other one I got a near even. So you can see, to being a human being sometimes and being slow to the gun and making mistakes can cost you, but profits. But 52.73. So I was buying around 51.30 and sold 52.73. So if you look at this chart, 50 51.20. So I actually didn't get involved until here. So I missed this first move. This move took from, so it started here 10:10 a.m. This is 10:12. So 2 minutes. This took 2 minutes. This is the biggest straight run of the day. It took 2 minutes. Took me 2 minutes to wake up from my coffee trade and get involved with this. So 51.25, 51.30. And then 52.73. So I got out of one of these. So I at least traded one contract from here, 52.73, and I got out one of them here. And then I got out one of them here, 52.30. So one here, and then one of them, 51.80 here. So this is about the average amount that I caught. You can see just this piece out of this huge piece. So anyways, we're sharpening our sword. We're getting better at this. We just got to be quicker sometimes, and make sure our tools are up and we're aware and watching what's going on. But this is me in my fog of falling asleep watching coffee and this sort of stuff happening. So it took me 2 minutes. So it shouldn't take me that long to figure out what's going on. It should only take me 10 seconds to. So, anyways, just this is a lesson, but this is why it's just better to, you can ride these momentum trades real quick, but avoid those, avoid those being on the wrong side of those news stories. Um, so, anyways, good day. We're up 44,000 today, and so total profit so far. So we're just over a week. We're been trading about 10 days. So that's 120,000. If I take the average day, if I take the average of these days, so of the days that I actually traded, my average day is 17,000 per day. So that's where I stand. Um, as far as tomorrow, we're just doing my homework now. Checking out what's going on, but uh, we didn't have any inside bars, so as to be expected. Um, and I'll go and run my 3-bar triangles, but we don't have a lot of consolidation moves right now. Look at all these 5 SMA up. So we've got some markets on the move, as you would expect. But anyways, that's what we're looking at. We'll check out. Catch up with you tomorrow.